Okay, so Cardi B, teddy bears, eBay stalking cases. It's been an absolute week on eBay. So stay tuned. Welcome back to another episode of Reseller News. In Monmouth, a teddy bear bought a car boot for a couple £100 is now going to be placed on auction for £6,000. It's a Steiff bear from 1905 and it's in incredible condition for its age. The teddy has a mohair coat and the original button eyes and a stitched smile. Jeanette Davis and her son was at a car boot and she ended up paying $130 for the bear. It's now going to be listed on auction for between £4,000 and £6,000. Just incredible. A schoolboy from Norfolk ended up finding a £50 note dated from the 1800s and has since sold it for nearly 4 times its value. So the school kid was working in a charity shop. I think it's like for community service. We have to do it at the end. In England, we do work experience and community service. And yeah, he was helping out in a charity shop and he's got an interest in old money. And he says some people think it'll look like a monopoly money or a piece of rubbish, but he knew what it was. He asked to have it. They said yeah. He took it to a specialist. They dated it, evaluated it, said it was fine, and he sold it to a collector for £200, which is great. And then he gave the money back to charity, which I thought that's really good because I would have kept it because I'm a stingy bastard. But good for him. That's a nice bit of charity shop news. Always be on the lookout. You just never know. There's another victim on the UK high street with Wilko's going out of business. A lot of customers are rushing to eBay to sell their Wilko carrier bags. Wilko is like a discount budget store. It's one that I'm kind of surprised is still around post-pandemic because there's a lot more popular stores, Home Bargains, Poundland, B&M. They've all taken chunks out of Wilko's business, so it's no surprise that it's now finally going under. I've found it's most likely production companies that are buying up all of these vintage supermarket kind of bags and memorabilia and stuff, but a lot of people are classing them as rare, and people are quick to point out they're not gone under yet. A little bit of eBay news. There's some rumblings about the feedback removal system of what eBay have in place at the moment. Usually you can call up and say, oh, hey, I need to do this removing, it's not fair, etc., etc. We've all been there. We've all been there for the ridiculous, like, negative feedback. So usually you get a certain amount per quarter that you could submit to eBay. So moving forward, there'll be no courtesy feedback removal anymore. I didn't know there was some. I thought it was just something that you applied to have it removed. If the reports are accurate, sellers will be forced to submit their feedback removal requests through a web form instead of a phone call. It could mean eBay is planning to have an automated system make the determination and save human intervention for reviewing appeals. So not only will you have to apply, probably reject it, and then you as a seller have to appeal it if you feel that you've been more aggrieved. So only then will it reach a human. Now, it'll be interesting to see if they actually charge for this. What do you guys think? Is this genuine, or is this just like another step to put people off from appealing and just to get on with it? Personally, a lot of times I just put the reply button and that's enough for me. But sometimes you don't know whether it has a negative effect on your account. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. We'll have to see. Just another way eBay probably screwing the sellers. We need to talk about the eBay stalking case because it has been going on for years and it looks like it's coming to a head. So a couple's case over eBay stalking campaign likely to proceed, a US judge has signalled. A federal judge on Thursday said she would likely allow a lawsuit by Massachusetts couple to move forward that seeks to hold eBay's former CEO, Devin Wenig, and others responsible for a bizarre campaign the e-commerce company's employees carried out to harass and stalk them. This is incredible. If you haven't heard about this, look it up because it's terrifying, and two, it's It's bizarre. It's weird. US District Judge Patty Saris in Boston said she may narrow parts of the lawsuit David and Ina Steiner filed following the criminal prosecution of several ex-eBay employees. The case was unlikely to be dismissed in its entirety, so it's moving forward, essentially. The Steiners are a married couple from Natick, Massachusetts, who produced the newsletter E-commerce Bites. So I remember this, they did things to help other eBay sellers to get around things, or to signpost them to the fastest way to get certain things done on eBay. So they sued eBay top former execs and others in 2001 over, they say, was a relentless campaign by its employees to terrorize them. They sued after prosecutors in 2020 charged 7 former eBay workers who later pleaded guilty in participating in an extensive harassment campaign a year earlier that involved sending the couple cockroaches, fly larvae, and bloody Halloween pig masks. Yeah, this is not a joke. This actually happened. Several eBay workers travelled from California to Natick to surveil the Steiners and try to install a GPS tracking device on their car. Prosecutors and the Steiners said the campaign began after Wenig, who deemed the newsletter critical of eBay. So the CEO caught wind of this newsletter and said, "Oh, I don't like that. It's critical of how we do things." Texted another executive in August 2019, so it's been like 4 years since, that it was time to take her down. So that's what they're saying of one of their sellers on their platform, because they are critical, or like they're, well, I mean, what's crazy is I've been probably a lot more critical about eBay than the Steiners have. We all have. If you go onto YouTube and just type in eBay drama or whatever, or eBay was, we all have an issue with eBay at one point or another. So this is kind of scary. Wenig, a former Thomson Reuters executive who stepped down as eBay CEO in September 2019, was not charged, and his lawyer, Abel Lowell and Winston and Strawn, on Thursday argued it was improbable for the flippant text to have launched the scheme. So they're saying that take her down, with reference to the newsletter, wasn't the green flag to go after her and her partner. How? That's literally saying from the CEO,
do what must be done.
But no, they're saying it's not. Saris has scheduled a trial in the case for March 2025. God, and urged the parties to explore a settlement deal. eBay has made a statement saying that they'd like to reach an appropriate resolution with the Steiners. Jack Pirazzolla, a lawyer for eBay at the Sidley Austin, said, "So far, a mediation has not been successful, but we hope we can come to some sort of resolution at some point." eBay has set aside $64 million to cover potential liability from the Steiner case, a potentially related settlement with the US Justice Department, and some other unrelated matters. We'll see how that plays out, but that is absolutely crazy how people at the top, and these are like middle managers as well, they flew from like California to Massachusetts, and it's like, at no point someone said, "Is this a good idea? Is this a good idea? This isn't a good idea, is it?" No, they were all like, "Yeah, that's fine. Let's go harass this couple who just was a bit critical of how they did things." Yeah, so not good, not good. That is not looking good for eBay. Remember this? 2 weeks ago, Cardi B was performing in Las Vegas when a fan threw a drink at her face while she was performing on stage. It was just to solicit a response. She did. She threw a microphone at him. So now somebody picked that up and has put it on eBay. The person that did thought they were going to get about £5,000, but it actually topped out at $99,000. That's the end. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.